everybody, give me a second. Sound check, sound check, sound check. Sound check, sound check. Today we're going to talk about this guy. Oh, I need to change the... Alright everybody, give me a second. Are we live? Yes, we are live. No, not late. Whoa, Douglas is here everybody on YouTube. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Douglas says bon dia. Enrique, hello. Guys, good morning. Alright everybody, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, students and traders all around the world. This is Mike, the FX Boss, broadcasting you live on YouTube and other streaming platforms like Teams. And as you can see everybody from the picture, today I'm the FX Boss. Back in time, 2017, it was FX Passion, but anyway, I need to change this one. Alright everybody. I'm going to wait for Romildo to speak in Portuguese too, tá bom, Ricky? If Romildo comes, I'm going to talk in Portuguese too about the Fibonacci's, everybody. Otherwise, it's going to be just English. Good morning, Juan. How are you? Yes, if you cannot type on YouTube, you can type and communicate on Teams, everybody. I don't know what's the problem with YouTube sometimes, but anyway. Alright everybody, never forget, trading is a learnable skill. The goal is to bring you from zero to a millionaire trader in 3 years on average in an institutional way. What does this mean? You're first an analyst, then you're a trader. Alright everybody, you're going to graduate from this course when you have your chart set up and ready for trading. We are using Fibonacci's, also on charts, everybody. Number 2, you have a strategy in place. You understand how you win, how you lose. And number 3, you have a complete understanding how this market works, so you can analyze the market and make an educated prediction. Talking about the Fibonacci, we are working on the 1, 2, 3, alright, everybody? Risk disclaimer, this stream is not trading or investment advice. We are here to learn. And as always, if your way is not working, why don't you try ours, everybody? Don't let 2026 to be just another year. We're going to talk about this later. Alright, and for questions and homeworks, you have my Gmail and you can connect on Teams. Good morning, Shantana. How are you? Bom dia, Romildo. So Romildo is here, everybody. Going to talk in Portuguese and English, alright? So today we have the Fibonacci ratios and the original Fibonacci. Hoje temos o Fibonacci original, Romildo, ok? And if you want to receive everybody the package, I can send you all of those pictures. Alright, send me an email or on Teams. I can send you all of those pictures, alright, about alignments. Okay, everybody? How to understand the Fibonacci. Posso mandar essa fotinhas para você, como entender Fibonacci. But anyway, today we're going to start with the original Fibonacci. Okay? Number 1, we use the original Fibonacci to determine trend direction, everybody. A gente usa Fibonacci para determinar a direção das tendências. Then we compare trend direction from the larger time frame to the lower time frame. Depois a gente compara a tendência das tempo gráfico maior para tempo gráfico menor. And number 3, the last thing we need to do is to identify in what zone are the Fibonacci's on the larger time frame and the smaller time frame. A terceira, a gente tem que identificar em qual área são os Fibonacci no tempo gráfico maior, tempo gráfico menor. Okay, everybody, does this make sense? So on the daily, we have the down Fibonacci, alright, and it's moving down, it's making lower lows, lower highs, but the 1 hour, 2 hour chart, you have a down Fibonacci, but it's making hard highs, hard lows, it's still retracing, okay? No diário você tem Fibonacci de baixa, o mercado está descendo, fazendo baixas mais baixas, Romildo, mas numa hora, 2 horas está fazendo altas mais altas, baixas mais altas, está se retraindo. Just an example, everybody, okay? You are going to see this picture multiple times this month, okay? Now, we learned this in the previous lesson, a gente aprendeu isso na semana passada. You need to learn the rules, everybody. Você tem que aprender as regras. The A is, so in an Fibonacci sequence, the A is the first low, the absolute low, the lowest low is the starting point of a sequence, the B is the first high as soon as possible after the A, the C is the lowest point inside the AB boundary, not necessarily a low, after the B, and the B, after the B before the market hits the appropriate D extension. and D is the extension reference to the series retracement. O ponto D é a extensão referente à retração do C. Okay, everybody? So on J4X, today we're going to talk about the ratios. Okay, we are going to stretch. You can do this on TradingView, everybody. Okay, você pode fazer isso no TradingView. We are going to stretch the Fibonacci like this. A gente vai esticar o Fibonacci. So this is A to B. Alright, everybody, this is going to be A to B. Give me a second. Isso vai ser do A para o B. This is going to from A to B, everybody. Text. Yes, we're going to check the homework later, John. Give me a second. A to B, give me a second. A to B. Everybody, you had a homework, você teve tarefa de casa. Homework, everybody, to finish the Canada JPY on the 4-hour chart from here to here. Hello, Alex, how are you? Okay. Now, before we go, everybody, so talking about the Fibonacci, and give me a second, I'm going to double click in here. Now, can you see? On J4X, if you want, I have the levels 0, if you want to take a picture, everybody. Then the first retracement, it's 14, the number is 40. Yeah, I'm going to, Marcos, I'm going to show TradingView too, don't worry. So on J4X, everybody, you have 0, 14, 21.4, aqui estão os números, Romildo, no J4X, 38.2, 38.2, 50, 61.8, 61.8, everybody. Then you have 100, which is the B, depois você tem um 100, que é o B. Then you have 118, 118, which is the first extension. And then you have 127, the blue level, the blue extension. 127, azul. And 161.8, the extension, the green one. Você tem a extensão 161.8. Don't ask me why, because I don't know. This is how I've learned, everybody, alright? Why 50, not 50.5? I don't know. Por que 50, não 50.5? Eu não sei. Why 21.4? I don't know. Por que 24? Eu não sei. Okay? So, take a picture, everybody, with a cell phone photo if you want. Okay? Those are the numbers of retracement, everybody. Okay, those are the numbers between the A and the B. Those are the retracement numbers, and from the B to the D, you know, those are then the extension numbers. Embaixo do B são os números da retração, and de cima são números da extensão. Okay, everybody? So those are the retracement numbers, retracement numbers. Okay, everybody? And above the B, those are the extension numbers. Above the B, extension numbers, alright? Rules from Mr. Fibonacci, that's all, exactly. Thank you very much, Douglas. Extension numbers, everybody, right? You have the retracement numbers. Now, John and Marcus from Teams are asking to share the settings on, everybody, to share the settings on TradingView. So TradingView, everybody, settings on the Fibonacci's are, give me a second. I'm going to, where is it? Maybe right click, there you go. Can you see it? Oops, one more time, everybody. Take a picture photo of the settings on the Fibonacci on TradingView. Faz fotinha se você quer o Fibonacci on TradingView. So you have 0, then you have 0.38. You see, everybody, the settings on the Fibonacci on TradingView are different from settings on the Fibonacci on J4X. Ok? They're going to show the same. Vanno mostrar a mesma coisa, mas tem números diferentes no J4X do TradingView. If you are using TradingView, put those numbers in. Se você usa o TradingView, coloca esses números dentro. If you are using J4X, put the J4X numbers. se você usa o JForex, coloca o números de JForex dentro, ok? TradingView 0, 0.382, 0.618, 1, 1.127, 0.14, 0.5, 1.18, 1.1, 1.618 everybody, and 0.214, alright? Type in the chat done, everybody. Take a picture, photo, type in the chat done so we can move forward. Faz potinha com o celular, coloca lá que você já deu, que podemos ir em frente. Todd on Teams is asking, is anybody here using NinjaTrader? Todd, me not. I've heard about NinjaTrader as a charting platform and software. I never use it. Todd, nunca usei, well, I'm going to translate just for Romilda, no? Nunca usei o NinjaTrader, plataforma de gráficos. Done, alright. Okay, everybody, so we're going to get back to JForex. Okay. Now, the Fibonacci ratios, okay? So we have the A, we have the B, and now Juan says done. We have the A, everybody, thank you Juan. We have the B, and now the market starts retracing, right? E agora o mercado vai se retrair. When the market changed the short-term trend and the market didn't hit or touch the green, the appropriate D extension is going to be the green. Ok? Quando o mercado vai começar a se retrair, Romildo, mas ele não vai alcançar o primeiro verde, não vai nem encostar, nem furar. Então, so this is the C so far, right, everybody? The C is the lowest point inside the AB boundary after the B before the market hits the appropriate D extension. In this case, the market didn't hit the first level, the first green level. Alright, in JForex it's 61.8 retracement, so the extension, everybody, you know, is the projected D extension. So the projected extension is green, alright? Green goes to green. You don't need to learn even the numbers, não tem que nem aprender os números. Just be aware that green goes to green, alright? Alex is done, Enrique done. When it comes to trading, you know, green retracements go to green the extension. Quando a gente fala de trading, a retração verde vai para a extensão do verde, right, everybody? So even though the market didn't hit the first level, the green, the projected the extension, the take profit, you know, it's the green, right, everybody? Mesmo se ele não furou, não encostou, a projeção do D vai ser a verde, right? Now, if the market goes down and touches and or breaks the first green level, the projected the extension is still going to be the green. Se o mercado vai descer mais e vai furar ou encostar, a projeção vai ser de novo a verde, alright? Yes, you must learn this, everybody. If the market pushes further down to the second green retracement, which is the 50% retracement, is going to touch and or break and then start to move up, the appropriate the extension is the green, everybody. Okay? So we have different C levels, the market can retrace in any way. O mercado pode se trair de vários jeitos, alright? Those are the ratios, okay, everybody? And if you want the Fibonacci package, everybody give me a second, I believe maybe it's this picture. Okay, so this is not downtrend and we are talking about the uptrend, right? Everybody give me a second. Okay, Fibonacci in an uptrend. So the retracement 618, 50, 382 go to 1618, 161.8, the extension, right? Essas retrações, Romildo, 61.8, 50, 38.2 vão para 161.8. Can you see the picture, everybody? all the green retracements go to the green extension. Todas as retrações verdes vão para a extensão verde. The 21.4 on J4X, the 21.4 goes to 127, the extension. Blue goes to blue. Azul vai para azul, ok? And the 14%, which is the last retracement, goes to 118, the extension. E 14%, que é a última, vai para o 118 da extensão. Why is this important? For you to profit take at those levels. Por que você empreende isso? Para você pegar o lucro, ok? So the C is the lowest point, not necessarily a low, between the A and the B, starting from the B on before the market hits the property extension. Those are the rules. The D must be a high in an uptrend or a low in a downtrend. Okay, so moving forward, in French, you know already if the market goes down into a deeper retracement and it touches and breaks the 382, okay, something like this, then the appropriate extension is going to be the green. When the market retraces in between the green and the blue, everybody, it didn't touch the blue, then it still go up to the green, the extension, 161.8, the extension, okay? And finally, if the market goes down, and is going to or touch and or break the blue, now pay attention, now the appropriate the extension is the blue. Quando o mercado vai descer e vai encostar ou furar, Romildo, a retração azul, everybody, the blue retracement this time, then you are going to profit take at the blue. Does this make sense? Those are the rules. There is no yes but. Please don't try to invent hot water. Ok? Não tem veja bem, tenta não inventar água quente, everybody. Alright? So if the market goes down, it's going to touch and or hit the blue or break the blue. Alright? Then you are going to profit take, you're going to get out at the blue. Okay? If the market goes down to the blue, okay, breaks the blue but it does not touch the red, something like this, the appropriate extension is still the blue. Quando o mercado vai descer, vai quebrar o azul, Romildo, mas não vai encostar a vermelha. It must not touch the red retracement, everybody. The extension is still the blue. Ele não vai encostar no vermelho, vai ser ainda o azul. Okay, 2 more and then we're finished. If the market goes down, touches and or hits the red, desta vez ele vai encostar ou furar a vermelha. The appropriate extension is going to be exactly the red this time. Desta vez vai ser a vermelha. Alright, so we can do this in a different way, right? We can, green goes to green. So green goes to green, everybody give me a second. Verde vai pro verde, né? We're going to, green goes to green. Because then you're going to make the picture, everybody. Se vamos fazer fotinha com isso. Green goes to green, green goes to green. Okay, green goes to green, retracements go to green, the extension. Blue retracement go to the blue, the extension. Red retracement goes to the... Yes, everybody, you can have your colors, okay? There is no right or wrong. Você pode ter outras cores, não tem problema, okay? Now, 2 more. If the market breaks the red, okay, but doesn't touch the black, the appropriate the extension is still the red. Se o mercado vai quebrar a vermelha, mas não vai encostar no A, ok? A extensão apropriada ainda. So see everybody, the C goes down, deeper retracement. This is now our C. Agora isto é o nosso C, ok? 2 more. Now, if the market goes down, lower low, lower low, lower low, lower low, lower low, is going to touch, but it must not break the A, then the appropriate extension is the B. Romildo, se il mercato va a incostar no A, ma non deve quebrar, everybody pay attention, if the market touches the A, without breaking it, it must not break the A, then the appropriate extension is the B. Ok? Se il mercato va a incostar no A, ma non può quebrar, the market must not break the A, not even for a pip. Okay, then the appropriate extension is the B. And finally, if the market breaks the A, then this Fibonacci is not valid anymore. Se o mercado vai quebrar o A, então o Fibonacci não está mais válido. Okay, everybody? So star. If the market breaks the capital A of the original Fibonacci, alright? If the market breaks the capital A, this Fibonacci is not valid anymore. That's a rule. Okay, everybody, those are the rules. Alright, here, so here, you know, the market broke the A, right? The market broke the A here. Alright, everybody. Take a picture, photo, faz fotinha. You must learn this stuff now. Take a picture, type in the chat done, faz fotinha, coloca no chat que você fez fotinha. In charting, you must come to the most recent Fibonacci. Yes, sir. We are going to check the homework and then we are going to go on EuroCAD, everybody, because it's easy, right? Juan says done. Thank you very much, Juan. All right, everybody. Okay, now we are going to check the homework. And then we're going to go to EuroCAD. I'm going to clone chart. We're going to go to EuroCAD. And we're going to start with the daily. Okay? And try to do this charting exercise with me, everybody, right? So I'm going to delete a few things here. Okay? EuroCAD, monthly bands. Alright, some are like in here. There is no right or wrong, everybody. Okay. Monthly bands in here. Alright, so before, this was the homework, right? Vamos a checar tarefa de casa. This was the homework, everybody, starting from January 2009, Canada JPY 4-hour chart. Okay, we are going to now practice this one. Okay. So A, B, C, D, use the horizontal lines, everybody, usa as bandas horizontais, okay? So the first one, alright, now this is the sequence, everybody, and, alright, which one is the C? Qual é o C? Is the first circle the C, everybody? Is the second circle the C? Is the third circle the C? Which one is the C? Is the first circle, the second circle, the third circle, or the fourth circle? Qual ponto C, Romildo? Is the first circle the C? Is the second circle the C? Is the third circle the C? Or is the fourth circle the C, everybody? Which one is the C? The most important thing that most of you guys online are not willing to do, you are not willing to chart the Fibonacci from the monthly bands. True or not true? This is a mistake. You must start from the monthly bands. Você tem que começar das bandas mensais. 4-hour 2. I'm going to show you some tricks, everybody, later. Vou te mostrar outras coisas depois, truque, but you must start from the monthly bands, alright? Shantana says the second one is the C, alright? So if this is the C, everybody, where is the D extension? If this is the C, is the D extension at the red D extension? Is the D extension the blue D extension? or is the D extension the green D extension? Which one is the D? Projected D extension. Projected D extension, everybody. Boss, I don't know. We just learned. Eu não sei. Acabamos de aprender. Green retracement, go to green D extension. Blue retracement, go to the blue D extension. Red retracements, go to the red D extension. Black retracements, go to the black D extension. And then, if it goes more, then the market breaks the Fibonacci. Green. Alright, Romildo Segundo. Yes, everybody. So the second is the lowest point inside the AB boundary before the market hits the appropriate extension. It's not mandatory, but if you want, you can also connect A to B, B to C, and then the D must be a high, so this is now the D, right, everybody? Non è regra, ma se você quer seguir a sequência do Fibonacci, and as always, freaking, you know, they're always freaking scammers calling, you know. Alright, everybody, so this is the D, isso é o D. Okay, now what we're going to do, as always, we are going to readjust now the Fibonacci. Agora a gente vai reajustar o Fibonacci. Once you find the D, say it with me, everybody, fala comigo. A goes to C, A goes to C, o A vai pro C, A goes to C, and B goes to D, B vai pro D, right, everybody? Okay, and then you extend, you stretch the Fibonacci retracement tool again. And now we have a new Fibonacci. Agora temos um novo Fibonacci. Alright? So talking about, give me a second, talking about, so this is the sequence. And black, we're going to put up in here. Alright, everybody, this is the sequence. Moving up. Alright, which one is the C again? Qual vai ser o C? Is the first circle the C? Is the second circle the C? Is the third circle the C? Or is the fourth circle the C? Qual vai ser o C? O primeiro círculo, o segundo, o terceiro, o quarto? B vai por D, isso aí. Everybody, which one is the C? Is the first circle the C, the second, the third, or the fourth? And there is right or wrong in the Fibonacci's. You can make mistakes, you know. Most of the time I'm telling you there is no right or wrong in charting, não tem certo ou errado nos gráficos. Talking about the Fibonacci, there is right or wrong. Okay? Juan says the third one, excellent, very good. The third one is the lowest point inside the AB boundary. Do like this with me, everybody. Use horizontal lines when you chart. Okay, this is the lowest point inside the AB boundary before the market hits the appropriate extension. And of course, green retracement goes to green. See, everybody, the market almost hit the extension here. O mercado quase atingiu o ponto D aqui. Alright? But it didn't pay attention to the detail. So green goes to green. Right? Now, as you can see, everybody, the market hit the D extension. So it went up and up. The market hit the D extension here, you know, but it didn't stop until in here. So, because the D must be a high, por causa que o D tem que ser uma alta, this is then the, you know, that's the new D. Essa é a nova D. Romildo terceiro, yes, third, excellent, everybody. Alright? What we're going to do? So we're going to remove those, right? We're going to remove those two. As always, A goes to C. Say it with me. Fala comigo. A vai pro C. Give me a second. A goes to C. And B goes to D. A vai pro C. O B vai pro D. Okay, everybody? If you are going to chart the Fibonacci's in this way, This is the only objective way. So you can have two analysts, one sits in Japan, the other sits in São Paulo, and those two analysts have the same vision. Does this make sense? Esse é o único jeito correto de traçar o Fibonacci e explica porque você pode ter um cara no Japão, outro cara em São Paulo e os dois vão ver os mesmos Fibonacci nos mesmos gráficos. Ok? Faz sentido isso? E vai proceder. Exactly. So we have the new Fibonacci sequence. Then we go to EuroCAD, right? Temos a nova sequência do Fibonacci. And moving forward, you know, which one is the C? Now I'm going to speed up a little bit, right, everybody? Vou puxar pouquinho mais para frente. So this is the the lowest low, the lowest point inside the AB boundary, right? And green goes to green. Now I must find the high. Alright, esse é o próximo C. Agora eu tenho que achar o D. So I need to go here and attention to the detail. See everybody? Now, how are you going to make mistakes is like this. Como que você vai errar é por causa disso. The D extension number, everybody, it's 84.738. A extensão do Fibonacci é 84.738. On the price scale, alright? 84.73. So if your chart is like this, then you're going to say, oh, that's the D. Se teu gráfico vai ser assim, vai falar, oh, isso é o D. Okay, everybody? If you have this kind of, like this, compressed, if you are going to compress the chart too much, you are going to have the wrong visual. Se você vai comprir o gráfico demais, você vai ter a visão errada. If I put the D in here, I'm going to have a different Fibonacci. If I say like, oh, now this is the new ABCD. Makes sense, everybody? If you make a mistake in the beginning, like down in here, then you are going to have different Fibonacci. Your Fibonacci in the end is going to be totally different from mine. Se você faz um erro aqui, o teu Fibonacci no final vai ser totalmente diferente do meu. So you need to zoom in the chart and see like, alright, see everybody, what is the number? I extended the Fibonacci to this high. What's the number? 8470, but it should be 8473. Okay, I just made a mistake in charting. Acabei de fazer um erro fazendo coisa de grafista. This was not the correct D extension, everybody, because the market didn't hit the D extension. Isso não é o ponto D correto porque o mercado não atingiu. So I need to move forward the line and find the next high and up finally. Alright? Attention to the detail when it comes to the Fibonacci. Atenção no detalhe quando você vai para os Fibonacci. Alright, everybody? So now this is the D extension. Essa é a extensão D do Fibonacci. Can you see how easy to make mistakes, everybody? Consegue ver como fácil você vai errar? A, B, C, D. And as always, you know, A goes to C. Give me a second. A goes to C. B goes to D. Como sempre, A vai pro C, o B vai pro D. Alright? We have one more, then the market is going to break the Fibonacci. Temos mais um. And give me a second. Alright, now this is a nice one. Esse aqui tá legal. Everybody, which one is the C, right? Which one is the C? Qual vai ser o ponto C? Is the first circle the C? Is the second circle the C? See everybody how long the market can stay sideways? Is the third circle the C? Pode ver quanto tempo o mercado pode ficar numa consolidação. Which one is the C? Is the first circle the C? The second circle the C? I'm going to move this to the extension. So here the market hit the extension, right? Aqui em cima o mercado atingiu. Ok? As you can see, everybody, on the 4-hour chart, the Fibonacci can stay sideways for from May to almost 1 year, everybody. Can you see, everybody? Pode ver, quase ano o mercado ficou do lado aqui, ó, almost a year. Alright, everybody? 4-hour chart. Am I mistaken? May, June, July, August. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, okay, almost a year, right? Okay, everybody. Which one is the C? Is the first circle the C? Is the second circle the C? Is the third circle the C? Or is the fourth? Which one is the C, everybody? Maxon team is asking, boss, didn't the market touch the blue? Give me a second. Great question. So the answer is no, the market did not touch the blue. O mercado não atingiu a retração azul. The market didn't touch the blue retracement, everybody. O mercado não atingiu a retração azul. Okay, second, correct, everybody. The second is the lowest point, right? Inside the AB boundary, after the B, before the market hits the appropriate extension. So green goes to green, verde vai pro verde. Now this is the extension. Alright, and so here is JForex with missing data, everybody. Alright, so this was the last one. Alright, now we're going to extend one last time the Fibonacci's. That's a high, so this is now the last ABCD. Alright, that's the A, ISO, we are. That's the B. Give me a second, everybody. That's the B. A to B up in here. I don't know what to do anymore. You know. And ABCD. Alright, that's the A. That's the B. And as you can see, everybody, the market, see this retracement, everybody? It's missing data, but can you see this? Look at this retracement. Almost touched the A, and then finally it broke, right? Can you see in here? The market broke. If you, when it happens that you cannot compress the chart anymore, you need to go to the hard time frame. So I can go from the 8-hour chart to the from the 4-hour chart, I can go to the 8-hour chart, e posso de 4 horas para 8 horas. Okay, everybody, I can go from 8-hour to from the 4-hour chart to the 8-hour chart just to see that the market is going to break the Fibonacci. Okay, so this was the homework. Essa foi a tarefa de casa. Okay, now open EuroCAD, everybody. Abre Euro Canada. Open EuroCAD monthly chart. Okay, EuroCAD monthly chart, put the monthly bands, coloca as bandas mensais, not like this would be wrong, like that. Okay, EuroCAD monthly chart. Okay, put the lower band, and if you want you can put also the upper band, right? Something somewhere like this, you know. Coloca a banda mensal. Yeah, we're almost there, sure. But we are doing the charting exercise, okay? Stiamo treinando Fibonacci. Okay. Now put a vertical line on this low, the most recent low, everybody, in the monthly band. Coloca a vertical na última baixa. And now go to the daily chart, alright? We're going to go to the daily chart. Alright? So this is where we are going to start. Aqui a gente vai começar. We are going to find the most recent Fibonacci on EuroCAD Daily Chart. A gente vai achar o Fibonacci mais recente no Euro Canadá, ok? Where should we start, everybody? Our ABCD. Should we start our A at the first circle? Should we start our A at the second circle? Or should we start our A at the third circle? Onde a gente deve começar o ABCD? Primero, segundo, tercero. In the meantime, I'm going to put A. I'm going to put B. Yes, do it with me, everybody. Open your charts. A, B, C. That's the C. A, B, C, D. Where should we start? A, B, C, D. When you are going to build your charts, everybody, when you're by yourself, what are the rules? What are the rules? See, here are the rules. The A is the first low, the absolute low, the lowest low is the starting point of the sequence. O A é a primeira baixa, a baixa absoluta, a baixa mais baixa. Once a second. Exactly. Which one is the lowest low, the absolute low, the starting point of the second, segundo, all right? Nothing special, right? Ok, so we're going to delete the monthly bands just for the exercise. Vamos tirar agora a banda mensal. That's the A, right? Click, that's the A. And now we're going to zoom in. Now we need to find the B, right? A gente tem que achar o B. Which one is the B, everybody? Is the first circle the B? Is the second circle the B? Or is the third circle the B? Which one is the B? Qual ponto B? A primeira, segunda, terceira. Which one is the B, everybody? The first circle, the second circle, or the third? And if we don't finish, charting the Fibonacci on EuroCAD Daily Chart is going to be the homework. We found the B, we found the A, right? That's the A, that's the low. Alex, second. Which one is the B, everybody? Second circle, first circle, third circle. Alex is first. Shantana first. Alright, no brainer, right, everybody? Fácil, né? The B is the first high as soon as possible after the A. O B é a primeira alta logo depois do A. Horizontal line, Fibonacci retracement tool, and the game starts. Temos essas linhas horizontais. Alright? Now, the first one, that's on me. That's the C, right? Which one is the C? If you don't know, put a horizontal line. So that's the C, everybody. And of course, green goes to green. The D must be a high. And now this is the appropriate D extension. Fibonacci retracement tool. We're going to stretch. And as always, right, A goes to C. O A vai pro C. And the B goes to D. E o B vai pro D. We have a new Fibonacci. So A goes to C, B goes to D, alright? And we're going to, if you can do this with me, everybody chart with me. Alright. That's the, just quickly everybody, if you would correctly trade the Fibonacci on the 4-hour chart, would you make some money? Se você iria corretamente negociar o Fibonacci, você iria fazer uma grana? Wouldn't we win 1, 2, 3, 4 and then we would lose, then it's strategy, right? So Fibonacci worked 1, 2, 3, 4 times and then it went down, right? Gente, ele ganha 4 vezes e depois aqui o mercado quebrou o Fibonacci. Alright? Why I'm telling you this? Because Fibonacci has a statistically proven edge. Ok? Fibonacci tem uma vantagem confirmada. Alright? Which one is the C, everybody? Qual vai ser o C? Is the first circle the C? Is the second circle the C? Or is the third circle the C? And then, if green goes to green, right? The appropriate extension is up in here, right? The D must be a high, everybody. This is where the market hit the D extension level, formed the D. Yes, Romildo, A vai no C, B vai no D, isso aí. So is the first circle the C or the second, everybody? The first, exactly. No brainer, right? Fácil. Nothing's that complicated, nothing that special. So this is now the C, and up in here that's the D. So as always, A goes to C, right? A vai pro C, and B goes to D, right? And we are going to stretch again the Fibonacci retracement tool. If you want, everybody, if this is too difficult, you can go A to B, B to C, right? C to D, and again A to B, B to C, C to D. Can you see, everybody? Se você quiser, você pode traçar o Fibonacci desse jeito. There is no right or wrong. Okay, so this is the new B, essa é a nova B. Whoops. Alright, let me see if I can trick you. Deixa eu ver se eu consigo pegar vocês agora. Okay, everybody. Which one is the C? Is the first circle the C? Or is the second circle the C, everybody? Qual vai ser o C? O primeiro círculo ou o segundo? Let me see if I can trick you. And then which one is the D? Is the first rectangle the D? Or is the second rectangle the D? Romildo says first circle is the C. Is the first circle the C or the second? Romildo says the first one is the C. That's the lowest point inside the AB boundary after the B. Okay. Anybody else? Which one is the C? And then which one is the D? Is the first rectangle the D or is the second rectangle D? Qual vai ser o ponto D? O primeiro retângulo ou o segundo? Alex says first circle. Okay, first is the C, says Juan on Teams. Excellent, no brainer. What about the D, everybody? Which one is the D? Is the first circle the D? I mean the first rectangle, or is the second rectangle the D? Qual vai ser o D? O primeiro retângulo ou o segundo? Which one is the D extension? Is the first rectangle the D? Alex says second rectangle. Primero. Ramiro says no, it's the first rectangle. Okay, so as you can see, everybody, we have two different opinions. Fibonacci is the sequence. Everybody look at this. A to B, B to C. From the C, everybody, where is the market going to hit the D extension? Everybody, from the C, isn't this the continuation of the sequence, everybody? The correct answer is the first rectangle. Alright? Why, boss? Why? Because you need to follow the sequence. Does this make sense? I mean, it's not even up in here, it's here. Talk to me, everybody. Does this make sense? Oh, but the second, it's higher. Yes, but it doesn't change that A to B, B to C, C to D. This sequence is in here. Okay, everybody? Does this make sense to you? If you would say this is the D extension, this would be a mistake. From the C point, the market hit the D extension up in here. Okay? Are we clear, everybody? Type in chat, yes, clear. Type in the chat, yes, clear, boss. You need to follow a sequence, okay? You cannot throw Fibonaccis everywhere. You cannot pick and choose A, B, C, Ds. Você não pode jogar Fibonacci onde você quer, você não pode escolher. Yes, the first one is right. Okay, excellent. So as always, everybody, you know, A goes to C, right? A vai pro C. A goes to C. B goes to D, clears as Juan, thank you very much Juan. And we have now a new Fibonacci sequence. That's the A to B. I'm going to move up and this goes up, not to mess. And now, let's see if I can trick you again. Vamos ver se consigo pegar vocês de novo. Everybody, which one is the C? Is the first circle the C? Is the second circle the C? Is the third circle the C? Is the fourth circle the C? Or is the fifth circle the C? Which one is the C? Which one is the C, everybody? The first circle, second circle. The C it's easy, but the D is going to be a challenge. Let's see if I can trick you. O ponto C é fácil, o D vai ser mais difícil. Which one is the C, everybody? The first, the second, the third, the fourth, or the fifth? We have 5 more minutes, everybody. So your homework is finish the homework. Try to find the most recent original Fibonacci on EuroCAD daily chart. Okay? I'm going to tell you it's not an easy homework because the market is going to break the Fibonacci. You need to chart down to. Try to find the most recent original Fibonacci on EuroCAD daily chart. Okay, fourth antenna, fourth, excellent. So yeah, the fourth is the lowest point, not necessarily a low. It could be a low, but this is the lowest point inside the AB boundary before the market hits the proper D extension. Now, which one is the D, everybody? Qual vai ser o D? Is the first rectangle the D? Is the second rectangle the D? Or is the third rectangle the D? Which one is the D? Vai ser o primeiro retângulo o D? O segundo retângulo o D? Ou o terceiro? Which one is the D? First rectangle, second rectangle. In the meantime, A to B, B to C. Would you stretch the trend, the line to the first circle, second circle, or third circle? Which one is the appropriate extension, everybody? Shantana says the third. Anybody else? Qual seria o ponto D do Fibonacci? Everybody, which one is the second, says Juan? Anybody else? Mais alguém? Okay, so Fibonacci ratios, everybody. Second, Fibonacci ratios. Did the market hit and or touch the green? No, the market moved down, 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 down. The market broke the blue, everybody. Can you see the market hit the blue and even broke the blue? Now the question is, did the market can tell if it broke the red? Yes, we're going to check. Yes, Juan, I agree with you. So now the question is, did the market touch the green, the red, right? So when this happens, you need to apply in JForex is the widget, otherwise on TradingView you have the scale, So the red, it's 1.2951, and this low is 1.2953. Can you see, everybody? So the market didn't touch the red, o mercado não atingiu o vermelho, therefore blue retracement goes to blue extension, right? Those are the rules. Blue retracement, everybody. Blue retracement. So now that's the C. Blue retracements go to blue extension. Alright, everybody? The correct answer was the second circle, rectangle. The second rectangle is the appropriate D extension. Okay? And the D must be a high, right? So, up, 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 there you go. Now this is the D, okay? That's the D. Alright? So I'm going to leave you with this, everybody. One more time. A goes to C. Vou deixar aqui vocês. A vai pro C. B goes to D. B vai pro D. And one last time. This is the new ABCD. Isso é o novo ABCD, you know? Give me a second. Up in here. ABCD, ABCD, ok? So that's the homework. Isso é a tarefa de casa. Okay? And before we finish, right? Before we finish for today, right. So, golden nugget, okay? Fibonacci has a statistically proven edge, okay? Number one, it wins on average. Don't call me on the cell phone. On average, it wins on average 7 times out of 10 on the daily chart. Number two, it wins 5 to 6 times, you know, on average on the 4-hour chart. Right? Number three, it wins. I mean, it's difficult, but anyway, you know, it's 4 to 5, sometimes 6, you know. Okay, let's make sense, you know, it's 5 to 6 times on average on the 2-hour chart. Okay. Number four, it becomes random on the 1-hour chart and below. Okay, everybody? Fibonacci has a statistically proven edge. It wins on average 7 times out of 10 on the daily chart. O Fibonacci original, the original Fibonacci, o Fibonacci original, ele ganha 7 vezes das 10 no gráfico diário. Ok? Prove me wrong. The best way to learn, prove me wrong, everybody. But you must do it this way, right? Fala pra mim que não é verdade, mas tem que fazer desse jeito. So, if you would trade back in time the EuroCAD on the daily, wouldn't you win 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and it's continuing? Se você estava negociando a Fibonacci no diário, no passado, você não iria ganhar 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 e vai. Ok? On the 4-hour chart and 2-hour chart, it wins 5 times out of 10, 6 times out of 10. No gráfico de 4 horas ele vai ganhar 5 vezes das 10, 6 vezes das 10. In other words, on the 4-hour chart, you are going to have 4 losers or 5 losers on the Fibonacci 2. And on the 1-hour chart, it becomes random. Fibonacci no gráfico de 1 hora, em tempo gráfico menor, ele fica aleatório. Ok? No, I'm not. Somebody's asking, you know, oh, are you suggesting them not to trade the Fibonacci on the 1 hour? I'm not suggesting anything. It's your strategy. Não estou sugerindo nada. A estratégia é sua. Ok? But Fibonacci has a statistically proven edge. It's going to win. It always does. You know, on the daily chart. Statistically proven 7 times out of 10. On some charts more, on some, but it on average. Okay, on the 4-hour chart and 2-hour chart is going to win 5 to 6 times out of 10, meaning you are going to have winner, 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 and then loser, 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 loser. Okay, and on the 1 hour it becomes random. No gráfico de 1 hora ele fica aleatório. You can win and lose, you know, it's not statistically proven, non è comprovato statisticamente. Ok? And one more for today. Fibonacci trading rule. Fibonacci doesn't work in consolidation. Fibonacci non funziona na consolidação. AUD NZD, Euro GBP, USD CHF, USD CAD. Okay, so on the consolidation pairs, we're going to talk more in the future also, vamos falar mais no futuro, but Fibonacci, talking about trading and those probabilities, falando trading, essa probabilidade, Fibonacci doesn't work in consolidation. Fibonacci não funciona na consolidação. Don't trade Fibonacci on AUD NZD, don't trade Fibonacci on Euro GBP, don't trade Fibonacci on USD CHF, and don't trade Fibonacci on USD CAD. Não negocia Fibonacci nessas pares. That's not a rule, that's a suggestion. Não é uma regra. Okay, everybody? Just for you to learn, we're going to talk more about how Fibonacci works. Vamos falar mais. Okay, everybody, our time is up. Homework. Okay, homework, you need to come on EuroCAD daily chart. You need to come to here. You need to find the most recent Fibonacci on EuroCAD on the daily chart. That's the homework. We're going to do this tomorrow together, sure. Okay? Alright, everybody, and if you want the Fibonacci package, send me an email or on Teams. You know, just say, oh, send me the pictures and everything. Okay? See you back tomorrow. Thank you very much. Until tomorrow, stay strong and study the Fibonacci's as a boss. You are the boss of your own account, everybody. This is the boss. See you tomorrow.